Imagine spending years building your dream, only to watch it fail. Not just fail, completely collapse. No customers, no money, no future. For most people, that would be the end. But for two young game developers, it became the beginning of a company that would one day connect hundreds of millions of people around the world. Today, gamers use it, students use it, businesses use it, creators build entire communities on it. It's called Discord. But here's what almost nobody knows. Discord was never supposed to exist. It wasn't the original dream. It wasn't even the original product. In fact, it was born from one painful question. What do we do now that our game has failed? And that question changed the internet forever. To understand Discord, we have to go back to a time before anyone had heard its name. Back when two developers weren't trying to build a communication platform. They were trying to build the next great video game. One of them was Jason Citron. Long before Discord, Jason loved technology and video games. While many people simply enjoyed playing games, he became fascinated by how they were built, how worlds were created, how players interacted, how communities formed. He wasn't dreaming about becoming a billionaire. He wanted to build experiences people would remember. That passion pushed him into game development and eventually into entrepreneurship. Jason had already experienced success once before. Years earlier, he created a mobile gaming company and later sold it for millions of dollars. From the outside, everything looked perfect. Many entrepreneurs would have stopped there, taken the money, enjoyed life. But Jason wasn't interested in retiring. He wanted to build something much bigger, something that millions of people would use every single day. So he started another company. Its mission was simple: create an online multiplayer game that players would love. The company was called Hammer and Chisel. The team believed they were building the future of gaming. Developers worked late into the night. Artists designed beautiful worlds. Programmers solved impossible technical problems. Everyone believed success was only one launch away. Finally, after months of hard work, the game was ready. The team released Fates Forever, a multiplayer online battle game designed especially for tablets. It was ambitious, beautiful, innovative. They believed it could become the next big hit, but reality had different plans. Players didn't come. Downloads stayed low. The excitement disappeared. Reviews were mixed, and the numbers kept getting worse. Every morning, the team checked their analytics, hoping something had changed. It hadn't. The game they had spent years building was quietly dying. Inside the office, the mood completely changed. The celebration was over. Silence replaced excitement. Investors wanted answers. Employees worried about their future. Money was disappearing. Every passing month made survival harder. Jason faced one of the hardest moments of his career. Should he keep spending money trying to save a game that people clearly didn't want, or admit defeat and start over? Neither option felt good. Years of work, thousands of hours, millions of dollars, all leading to failure. For many companies, that would have been the final chapter. But hidden inside that failure was something nobody had noticed. During development, the team had built a small voice communication tool, not for customers, but for themselves. They needed a faster, simpler, and more reliable way to talk while playing games together. At first, it seemed like just another internal tool. Nothing special, nothing revolutionary, just something that made teamwork easier. But one day, Jason noticed something strange. The team was using the communication tool more than they were using the game itself. And that simple observation sparked an idea that would completely change the company's future. Not because the game had succeeded, but because the failure had accidentally revealed something far more valuable. Sometimes, the greatest opportunity isn't the product you plan to build. It's the one you create while trying to save a dream that's already falling apart. And Jason was about to make the biggest decision of his life. One that would either save the company or end it forever. The decision that saved everything. Jason sat in silence. The office was quieter than it had ever been. Just months earlier, everyone believed Fates Forever would change the gaming industry. Now, It could barely keep the company alive. The dream they'd spent years building was slipping away. Every day brought the same question: how much longer can we survive? Money was running out. Investors were losing confidence. Employees were worried. For a startup, this is usually the moment when everything ends. But Jason refused to panic. Instead of asking, how do we save the game? He asked something completely different. What are people actually using? That simple question changed everything. As the team reviewed their daily workflow, one pattern became impossible to ignore. Developers weren't talking about the game. They were talking through the voice chat tool they had built for themselves. Every meeting, every strategy session, every multiplayer test, the communication software had quietly become the most valuable thing inside the company. It was fast, crystal clear, easy to use. Unlike existing voice chat apps, it simply worked. No complicated setup, no constant lag, no confusing interface. Players could jump into a conversation within seconds. Nobody had built it to become a product. It was just a tool. But sometimes, the best businesses begin as solutions to your own problems. Jason gathered the team. The conversation wasn't easy. Years of hard work had gone into fates forever. Artists had poured their creativity into every character. Developers had written thousands of lines of code. Designers had spent endless nights balancing gameplay. Walking away felt painful. It felt like admitting defeat. No entrepreneur wants to say, our dream failed. But Jason understood something many founders never do. Holding on to a bad idea can destroy a great company. Sometimes, the bravest decision isn't continuing. It's letting go. Then came the biggest risk of all. What if they stopped making games entirely? What if they focused only on communication? It sounded ridiculous. Nobody knew whether gamers wanted another chat platform. The market already had options. Some people used Skype. Others preferred TeamSpeak or Mumble. Why would anyone switch? The answer wasn't features. It was experience. Jason believed gamers didn't want more buttons. They wanted fewer problems. Voice chat should disappear into background. No delays, no crashes, no frustration. Just instant communication. That became the company's new mission. Not building the biggest platform, building the easiest one. The transformation began immediately. Engineers stopped working on game mechanics. Instead, every line of code improved the communication software. The interface became cleaner. The connection became faster. Audio quality improved. Joining friends became effortless. The team tested every feature themselves. If something felt slow, it was redesigned. If something felt confusing, it was removed. Perfection became an obsession. Because Jason knew something important. People don't recommend software because it's good. They recommend it because it makes life easier. Months passed. The product finally had a name. Discord. Simple, memorable, different. Now came another challenge. How do you convince people to try a communication platform built by a company whose last product had failed? The marketing budget was tiny. There were no celebrity endorsements, no expensive advertising campaigns. Discord had something much stronger. Word of mouth. The team shared it with small gaming communities. Friends invited friends. Streamers introduced it to teammates. Online communities slowly began growing. One server became 10. 10 became 100. 100 became thousands. Growth was explosive. It was steady. And steady growth is often the strongest foundation a startup can have. Then something unexpected happened. People started using Discord for more than games. Study groups, programming teams, music communities, anime fans, content creators, friends who simply wanted a place to talk. The platform was no longer just for gamers. It was becoming a home for communities. That wasn't part of the original plan, but Jason didn't ignore it. He embraced it. Great entrepreneurs don't force people to use products one way. They watch how people naturally use them, then build around those behaviors. That decision accelerated Discord's growth. Every new community brought another. Every invitation created more invitations. The network effect had begun, and once it starts, it's incredible. incredibly difficult to stop. Jason had almost lost everything trying to build a game. Now, without realizing it, he was building one of the fastest growing communication platforms in the world. The company that had been fighting for survival was suddenly preparing for something much bigger, because the biggest explosion in Discord's history was still waiting just around the corner. The moment Discord took over the internet, Discord was finally alive, not because of a massive marketing campaign, not because celebrities promoted it, and not because investors poured billions into advertising. It grew because people genuinely loved using it. One gamer invited another. A small server became a larger community. Then another, and another. Every satisfied user became Discord's biggest advertisement. The company had survived its darkest days. But Jason Citron knew something dangerous. Early success doesn't guarantee survival. Many startups grow fast, only to disappear just as quickly. If Discord wanted to last, it had to keep improving every single day. The engineering team worked almost non-stop. Every update focused on one question: how can we make communication even easier? Voice quality became clearer, connections became faster, notifications became smarter. The interface stayed simple. Unlike many competitors, Discord didn't try to overwhelm users with complicated settings. Everything felt natural. Join a server, click a channel, start talking. That simplicity became one of Discord's greatest strengths. People didn't need tutorials. They understood it within minutes. And when software feels effortless, people keep coming back. Soon, something unexpected happened. Discord was no longer just a platform for gamers. Artists created communities. Students formed study groups. Developers collaborated on coding projects. Musicians shared ideas. Content creators built loyal fan communities. Even small businesses started experimenting with Discord. Jason had built a gaming communication tool. The world turned it into something much bigger. It had quietly become a platform for communities, a digital home where people with shared interests could meet every day. That evolution changed everything, because communities don't just use products, they grow them. Every new server invited more people. Every conversation created another reason to stay. Discord wasn't chasing users anymore. Users were bringing Discord to the world. Then came a challenge no one expected. In early 2020, the world suddenly changed. Schools closed. Offices emptied. Millions of people found themselves isolated at home. Almost overnight, the need for online communication exploded. Video calls became part of daily life. Remote work became normal. Friends searched for new ways to stay connected. And Discord was already waiting. The platform handled voice calls, video chats, screen sharing, private conversations, large communities, everything people suddenly needed. While many companies struggled to adapt, Discord was already built for this moment. Millions of new users arrived, then millions more. Servers filled faster than ever before. Engineers raced to keep everything running. Traffic reached levels the company had never imagined. It was the biggest test in Discord's history. And somehow, the platform kept growing. The technology industry took notice. Major companies recognized Discord's incredible momentum. Then, one of the biggest moments in the company's history arrived. Reports emerged that Microsoft wanted to acquire Discord for billions of dollars. For many founders, that would have been an easy decision. Sell the company, secure the future, walk away wealthy. But Jason saw something different. Discord still had room to grow. Its mission wasn't finished. The company wasn't trying to become another feature inside a larger corporation. It wanted to remain independent. It wanted to keep building for its community. Walking away from one of the largest acquisition offers in technology wasn't just risky. It was almost unimaginable. But Jason believed long-term vision mattered more than short-term rewards. That decision surprised the entire tech industry. Many wondered if he had made a mistake. Others admired the courage. Time would tell who was right. Meanwhile, Discord continued expanding. New tools, better moderation, improved security, enhanced voice technology, more customization. Every update strengthened the platform. The company never forgot the lesson that created it. Listen to users. Solve real problems. Remove unnecessary complexity. Those simple principles had transformed a failed game studio into one of the world's most valuable communication platforms. But perhaps the greatest lesson wasn't about technology at all. It was about failure. Because if Fates Forever had become a huge success, Discord might never have existed. The company's greatest achievement wasn't born from victory. It was born from disappointment, from rejection, from the courage to admit something wasn't working, and the wisdom to build something better instead. Jason Citron thought he was creating a game. Instead, he accidentally created the future of online communities. And his greatest challenge was no longer building Discord. It was making sure the company never stopped earning the trust of the millions of people who now depended on it every single day. The legacy of Discord, how failure became a billion-dollar success. Most people believe success begins with a brilliant idea, but Discord proves something very different. Sometimes, success begins with failure, not the kind of failure people celebrate years later. The painful kind, the kind that keeps you awake at night, the kind that makes you question every decision you've ever made. If Fates Forever had become the next global gaming sensation, Jason Citron would probably have continued building games. Discord would never have existed. Hundreds of millions of people would have never joined their first server. Millions of online communities would have formed somewhere else, or perhaps not at all. One failed project quietly changed the internet forever. Today, Discord has grown far beyond its original purpose. What started as a simple communication tool for gamers has become one of the world's largest community platforms. Students use it to prepare for exams. Developers build software together. Musicians share new songs. Content creators connect with millions of fans. Businesses organize remote teams. Friends stay connected across different countries. Communities that once struggled to stay together now have a permanent home. That was never the original plan. And that's exactly what makes Discord's story so remarkable. The greatest companies don't always become what their founders first imagined. Sometimes, they become what the world truly needs. Jason Citron also proved another important lesson. Don't fall in love with your product. Fall in love with solving problems. Too many entrepreneurs spend years protecting an idea that no longer works. Jason did the opposite. He accepted reality. He admitted the game wasn't succeeding. Then he asked the question that changed everything. What are people actually using? That single question revealed an opportunity hidden inside failure. The communication tool wasn't just supporting the game. It was more valuable than the game itself. Great founders don't ignore those signals. They follow them, because markets don't reward stubbornness. They reward adaptability. Discord's rise wasn't powered by billion-dollar advertising campaigns. It wasn't built by celebrity endorsements. It wasn't fueled by hype. It grew because people genuinely enjoyed using it. Every invitation created another user. Every community created another community. Trust spread faster than marketing ever could. That's one of the strongest growth strategies any business can have. Build something people naturally recommend. When users become your marketers, growth becomes almost unstoppable. But even after reaching millions of users, Discord never stopped improving. New safety tools, better moderation, higher voice quality, video calls, screen sharing, mobile improvements, community features. The platform continued evolving because technology never stands still. The moment a company believes it has finished improving, it starts falling behind. Jason understood that success isn't a destination. It's a continuous process. The companies that survive for decades are the ones willing to reinvent themselves again and again. Now think about your own journey. Maybe something you've worked on isn't succeeding. Maybe you've spent months or even years building a dream that doesn't seem to be working. That doesn't automatically mean you failed. Maybe you're simply looking in the wrong direction. Sometimes the opportunity isn't hiding ahead of you. It's hiding inside the work you've already done, inside the skills you've already learned, inside the mistakes you've already made. Failure doesn't always close a door. Sometimes it quietly opens a better one. The difference is whether you're willing to see it. The story of Discord isn't really about software. It isn't about gaming. And it isn't even about technology. It's about resilience. It's about recognizing when it's time to let go. It's about having the courage to abandon a dream so you can build an even bigger one. Jason Citron didn't become successful because his first idea was perfect. He became successful because he refused to let one failure define the rest of his life. That mindset transformed a struggling game studio into one of the most influential communication platforms on Earth. And maybe that's the most powerful lesson of all. Your biggest setback could be quietly preparing you for your greatest success. You just can't see it yet. If you enjoyed this documentary and want more incredible stories about entrepreneurs, billion-dollar companies, and people who turned failure into history, subscribe to Rise from Zero and turn on notifications. Every week, we uncover the untold journeys behind the world's greatest innovators, dreamers, and risk-takers, proving that every empire begins with a single decision. Remember, every billion-dollar company started as an idea. Every legendary founder faced failure. And every extraordinary journey starts from zero. Rock it.